a large amount of Bitcoin, approximately $3.2 billion. Now, this is the story that most of you are going to hear because that's what mainstream media is spinning. But in fact, that's not really happening. So BlackRock buys Bitcoin on behalf of their clients when they're for their Bitcoin spot ETF. When their clients decide to sell, they sell Bitcoin. So it's not necessarily them selling, but it kind of is. They're selling it for their clients. And it was reported that about $3.2 billion has been removed from the Bitcoin spot ETFs. And this is not just BlackRock, this is all the different companies. Bitcoin saw a low of $78,000. Ethereum hit $2,000, is now trading at $2,200. Solana hit $145. XRP has been pretty strong above $2 at trading at $2.13. And the total crypto market cap went from dumped below $3 trillion to 2.56, and now it's currently at about $2.72 trillion. So let's go ahead and talk about what's happening in crypto, why I'm not worried, and kind of the insanity that's happening in the market. I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every single day. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel to get more. Smash the like and drop me a comment, interact with me, because I do really appreciate reading your comments. So I'm still in Denver, Colorado for the Ethereum Denver event. It's actually been a really great event, despite what you're seeing on crypto Twitter. It's actually, there's quite a lot of people here. It's my first time here. They've got two different areas. One is for the speakers, which is not super packed, and then one is for all the booths. And then all of the side events have just been absolutely amazing. So good morning to Mr. R. So let's go ahead and go through the news and talk about why I'm not really worried. On this channel, we had spoke heavily about a potential pullback with Bitcoin to about $70,000 to $75,000 per Arthur Hayes. And the reason he had expressed was because basically all of the ETF buyers, all the ETF investors have been in profit from 2024, and they're going to be rebalancing their portfolios. They do this like quarterly, monthly, it kind of really depends. Now, with that being said, some of them are going to be rebalancing their portfolios and selling their Bitcoin spot ETF positions, and then it is going to flow into the CME, to the futures. And is that a good or a bad thing? Well, it kind of seems like a bad thing right now because everybody's like freaking out with the current state of the market. But realistically, Bitcoin has 20 to 30% corrections. And we even had a 50% correction, 50% correction last cycle. That's just what Bitcoin does. It's a volatile asset, and that's exactly why we like it. But there's a lot of bullish news happening long-term fundamentally that we should be paying attention to, that we should talk about. Coinbase and Solana and all the other cryptos that were basically under attack from the Coinbase lawsuit. We got some great news, so stick with me. Let's go ahead and get through it. So first and foremost, bad news first, okay? U.S. spot ETF see 8-day negative streak totaling $3.2 billion in outflows. And outflow is when people are selling. Inflows are when people are buying, when we're talking about ETFs. 1.14 billion outflow on Tuesday, with BlackRock's IBIT losing 418 million on Wednesday. Bitcoin ETF net outflows at 3.65 billion this month, matching August 2024 streak. Total net inflows 36.85 billion, which is the lowest since January 14th. Ethereum ETF saw 71 million outflows Thursday and 6-day outflows of 315 million. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a phase. It's just a phase. I really think it's going to be okay. And again, now that we have traditional money coming into the markets, we're going to see a lot of this crazy price action happening, or a lot of the inflows and the outflows, and essentially the manipulation, in my personal opinion. So is it good or bad? Well, it's just part of the game. And one of the things that, and I was actually talking to another creator that's not really in crypto, but we were kind of talking about some of the headlines and how they're being perceived, and it's kind of negative because it's for like people don't really understand how ETFs work, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a slam at anyone. I didn't really understand how they worked until, again, I got into crypto and I started actively covering this stuff. So with that being said, a lot of these headlines saying BlackRock is dumping, but again, it's not them. It's their clients. They're dumping on behalf of their clients. And this is, this is something that just happens. And you also have to understand the ETFs, those do not trade. Shout out to John Germain and Mr. R, members of the O Army. Those do not trade during regular, they don't trade 24/7, 365 like Bitcoin and crypto does. So we essentially have an edge against them. And even Michael Saylor's out there saying, sell your kidney and buy more Bitcoin. I don't recommend that. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. But again, I do think it is important for everybody to have some exposure to Bitcoin in their portfolios, primarily because it's just such a desired asset. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the other news now that we got the yucky clickbait and the bearish stuff out of the way, because honestly, it's a bit ridiculous. It's just a bit ridiculous, if you ask me. So let's go on and get some positive news. This is probably one of my favorite things ever that just came out. Coinbase, the SEC officially dropped their legal case against Coinbase. The dismissal is final. The SEC went ahead and they says, you know, we're not going to reopen it. We're completely done going after you guys. The main issue in the lawsuit, whether the exchange operated as an unregistered securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency under the securities law. They allege it facilitated trading crypto assets that qualify as securities without proper registration. Remember, during this time, though, the Coinbase and any of the other crypto companies under the reign of Gary Gensler, they weren't really allowed to go in and register. Even though Gary Gensler says, yeah, you can come in and register, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't the case. It wasn't the case, if you guys remember. But the SEC also named altcoins as securities in the Coinbase lawsuit, which is why it's so important that this lawsuit has been completely dismissed. Solana, Cardano, Polygon, Sandbox, Filecoin, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, Avalanche, EOS, Flow, ICP, Near Protocol, and Tezos. And again, enforcement is an important tool for the SEC, but it's not the right tool for crafting policy. And Hester Peirce had came out and said that. That's exactly what she said. And she actually disagreed with the SEC's enforcement action against Coinbase since the very early beginning, because it just didn't make sense. Like, especially like, this is the thing. If you wanted to go after other crypto exchanges, maybe I might kind of understand it. But really, when you think about it, the SEC approved for Coinbase to go public and issue their stock coin. And then with that being said, then they sued them. That makes no sense. And really, at the end of the day, all they've done is wasted taxpayer time and money. That's all that it is. They wasted taxpayer time and money. Crazy, right? Well, it is what it is. And that's why it's so important to that we advocate and we speak out about everything that's going on, just because it's absolute insanity. So under the Harris administration, I don't think we would be getting victories like this. Under this administration, we kind of expected some of these things to happen. Also, you guys, smash the like. So this is bullish, this is positive. And I'm getting a lot of people that are asking me, Wendy, you always agree with everything Trump does. No, I don't. I voted for him because I wanted to vote pro-crypto. I wanted to be able to improve the quality of my life, my daughter's life, nonprofits I like to support in my community. And I think that could have been done via crypto through this particular president. So again, I don't agree with everything that President Trump does. A lot of people like to think that and they assume that. That's not the case. So, and I will never fully agree with everything everything somebody does, because I think that's stupid. Like on this channel, we really talk about thinking for yourself. So there's things I don't agree with him about. I can't bring it up on this channel because I don't want to get in trouble, but I just wanted to make it clear to you guys that I don't. Like yesterday, for example, I didn't really appreciate how those files were dropped and the way it was done. I thought it was really, really ghetto. Shout out to Mr. D. All right, so back to the SEC stuff over here. We got 300 people in here, only 44 likes. Smash the like, get them up. So basically, Hester Peirce came out with this document and said that she thought that the SEC's previous approach to go after crypto companies and just allege everything was a security was very detrimental to the entire space. And it essentially halted innovation, which, you know, they're not supposed to do that. She also argued that relying on enforcement over policy development hindered the SEC's ability to use its staff expertise productively in shaping regulations for crypto. And she's 100% correct. I think we do have XRP news, but give me a minute. I got to go through quite a few things here. So I agree with Hester. I think she's doing a great job, and I'm very excited about what we can expect for crypto moving forward. However, I need you guys to remember, right now you can actually send an email to the SEC and let them know you want retail to be advocated for. So that's very important that you do that. Please do that. We want to remove the accredited investor law and have these safe. I'm going to get there. But have the same remove the accredited investor law because it's pretty predatory. Now, the next bullish case over here is going to be SEC to drop consensus case. They have agreed in principle to dismiss the case against Consensus, the developer of MetaMask. And if you guys know, MetaMask is a very, very popular crypto wallet. Well, it's a more of a hot wallet. But because we had MetaMask, that allowed you to do DeFi and do all those really cool things. And again, it's not a secure place to hold your crypto. We just we can plug it in with Ledger, etc. But they also absorb Wallet Guard, which is absolutely amazing. If you're not using Wallet Guard for Phantom or for MetaMask, you should look into it because it's going to help protect you when you want to click random links. But again, the SEC went after Consensus and MetaMask and that whole entire thing, which was bad because MetaMask really kind of helps average people, retail, essentially participate in DeFi. So this is another win that we're seeing here happen in crypto. In April 2024, Consensus filed a lawsuit against the SEC, arguing the agency was wrongfully trying to regulate ETH as a security. That's a whole nother issue over there with Ethereum, whatever. But again, as of right now, the lawsuit has been dropped against Ethereum and MetaMask, and we should be getting more information soon. I think when I say we're going to be getting more information soon, I'm really trying to express that we're going to get some sort of guidelines as to what we can and can't do in crypto. And again, you guys, thank you so much for the kind words. Make sure to smash the like, though. Next. MetaMask also is unveiling their roadmap, which I will have more information on that. I'm going to be heading out to one of their events, but apparently they are dropping a debit card in the US. And MetaMask now also supports Bitcoin and Solana, which absolutely amazing. I love that. It makes things easier, and they're now actually able to directly compete with Phantom because Phantom has a great user experience. Love to see it. We talked about the Bitcoin ETFs, but let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with BlackRock. So BlackRock adds Bitcoin ETF to its model portfolio for the first time. And I think that this is kind of weird because if BlackRock is adding its Bitcoin ETF to their model portfolio, isn't that like a conflict of interest? I don't know. I kind of think it's weird, but whatever. What do I know? Anyways, they added IBIT to its 150 billion model portfolio universe, and it may be open to a new avenue for increased demand, according to Bloomberg. Well, of course, if they have $150 billion that they want to dump into it or even part of that, BlackRock will add 1% to 2% allocation of the Bitcoin ETF to its target allocation portfolios. I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of, yeah, thank you, John. It does feel like a conflict of interest in insider trading because it is a product that they have that they offer to people. And it is a financial product. So I feel like it is kind of a conflict of interest, but I don't know. It's basically like owning a McDonald's and eating a McDonald's cheeseburger. I don't know. It just kind of seems weird to me because it's BlackRock. I don't trust them. Anyways, we talked about the global crypto market, the entire cryptocurrency market cap dumping below $3 trillion. We lost about $1 trillion in value from December 17th till now, which sucks, but it is what it is. Market volatility. Also, too, 5.7 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expire today. And then Senator Loomis says we will likely see a state-level strategic Bitcoin reserve before we see a federal one. Senator Loomis is out here trying to push a federal Bitcoin strategic reserve, basically with all the confiscated Bitcoin that we have taken, the DOJ, etc. And I do agree with her that we will see a state one approved before we see a federal one because it's going to take a lot more power to push through the federal one, especially with all the insanity happening. And apparently the U.S. Marshals, I believe, are not able to locate all the confiscated Bitcoin that we have, supposedly. Kind of weird, right? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Also, Binance said that they are not dumping Solana and other token holdings. They deny selling these off. The market crash after Bybit hack fueled rumors of Binance being insolvent, which is crazy to me. I don't think that Binance would necessarily be insolvent. They're one of the largest crypto exchanges ever. However, we never trust. We always verify. And you should never keep your crypto on a centralized exchange unless you understand the risks. One of my favorite tips and tricks is I like to set alerts on my phone when a particular asset goes to a price that I like. Then I will go to like a crypto.com or a Femex, transfer it off to my cold storage. And again, I've got those links down there. In the ref link. Not your keys, not your coins, yourmom.com, all of that stuff. Also, too, we have some news about Memecoins, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But we've got some positive news for Solana. So CME Group is going to launch a Solana futures ETF on March 17, but it is pending regulatory review by the CFTC. And basically, the importance of this is that futures are extremely volatile because basically you're putting money into this traditional financial instrument and you're saying, okay, I think number is going to go here by this date, whether it's up or down. So it's a lot more volatile. And we do still need to wait for the CFTC to approve or deny it. But at the same time, if it does get approved, this is a step in the direction so that we can get a Solana spot ETF. However, I think that it's either going to be HBAR or Litecoin that gets approved first. And I don't think they have future ETFs. I don't think that they do. So we'll have to see about that. And yes, I know that XRP will get their ETF approved. But again, I think we need to really be patient on this one because they have the ongoing court case with the SEC, which I do believe will get dismissed, but it is going to take time. And again, I got to hang out with the Hedera community yesterday. If you guys check on my X, you'll see it, but with the team, freaking awesome people, like love them. Shout out to Crystal. She's my favorite TikToker. And she works over at Hedera, absolutely wonderful people. I love Hedera. I love what they're doing. I love the new step forward with the foundation. And I also, my favorite project on Hedera is Karate Combat. I'm going to go to that tonight. So if you see me there, come say hi. Now let's go ahead and talk about a couple other things because I got to eat. Apparently Base has implemented flash blocks on the testnet to improve block times from 2 seconds to 200 milliseconds. And they're saying it's going to be 2 times faster than Solana. The tech is similar to Uniswap's block times on Unichain. I saw their booth yesterday. It was super cool. I needed to go say hi. But I think that's pretty interesting to see. And now we're seeing so Ethereum was created first, and then Solana was created as a competitor of Ethereum. And now Coinbase's Base is essentially want to they want to compete against Solana utilizing Ethereum, which is super cool. And again, the cool thing about Base is they don't have a native token. So you just use a layer 2 to access Ethereum. But shout out to gorgeous Alexandra. I hope you're having a happy Friday today. Alexandra is another one of the channel members. She's awesome, super supportive, appreciate you. All right, couple other things that are really important. Stick around for this. So Trump files trademark application for Trump Metaverse, which would sell NFTs and experiences related to the 45th and 47th president. And this news comes in shortly after the SEC released guidelines that meme coins are not securities and they are akin to collectibles. So let's go ahead and talk about all this because this is where it gets interesting. SEC says meme coins are not securities. We see them similar as collectibles, which this does make sense. It makes sense. I was an eBay reseller for many years, and I still like to dabble in that a little bit here and there. But again, I think that this does make sense. And a lot of people need to just practice and become more self-sufficient and just stop blindly dumping money into meme coins without understanding the risk. So that's just my opinion. But they did say fraudulent meme coins are still subject to enforcement by other federal and state agencies. The SEC statement isn't legally binding. It just clarifies their stance. So basically SEC is saying, nope, meme coins, you guys deal with it elsewhere. But again, there are 2 things that are for certain. Fraud is illegal and insider trading is illegal. So if that's happening with meme coins, people that are doing that, it's all public information because it's on the blockchain. So at the end of the day, those 2 things are illegal. And because those 2 things are illegal, I don't have an issue with meme coins being compared to as collectibles, especially if there's proper disclosures. Like on this channel, we literally tell you all the time, like X, Y, and Z, risk, etc. And again, I've really been encouraging you guys to focus on Bitcoin and also possibly to focus on the made in USA coins on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and some of the brand new AI projects that are popping up, like explore those ecosystems. And so that's my opinion on that, and I think it makes sense. But I think it's really interesting, like Trump's meme coin, because they're going to be filing a trademark for the branded metaverse, a platform for trading NFTs and crypto. Metaverse will include immersive experience, online retail for digital goods and training services in business, civics, and real estate. The Patent and Trademark Office has not accepted the application yet or signed an examiner. But this right here is and again, I know some people are really salty about the Trump meme coin, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm using this as an example and I also didn't participate in it. I'm using this as an example to show how meme coins could have valid utility and why I'm so very supportive of projects like SQUIDGROW and like Floki and some of these other ones that really showed that, okay, we started out as this meme coin, but now we have valid utility. And the valid utility meaning that, okay, we're going to build X, Y, and Z. And that's exactly what Trump is doing. So if we remove him out of the equation, and there's this meme coin that's launched, and with this meme coin, you then get access to a particular platform for courses, merch, trading, whatever, like whatever that may be. But that makes sense to me. That makes sense to use a that token has utility in that aspect. So ban yoga pants. I like yoga pants. I'm not wearing yoga pants right now. I'm wearing my pajamas because I slept in a little bit today. It's so nice. Listen, I love my daughter. I'm obsessed with her. But at the same time, it's very nice as a parent to like get a little bit of a break. So I stayed in bed a little bit today. I am still going to do my Pilates. I'm going to go down and eat soon. Okay. So we talked about the Trump thing and the meme coins. And again, fraud is still illegal. Stuart Alroy actually commented on this. He's a CLO for Ripple, but he says, he basically said fraud cases are handled by other agencies. Guidance follows law and precedent, avoiding vague terms. Meme coins aren't securities, no rights to income, profits, or assets, which makes sense. Value comes from market sentiment and not managerial efforts, which is 100% true. No common enterprise equal no investment contract. And the SEC is keeping it clear and simple. And again, a lot of attorneys are saying fraud is illegal. So if you commit fraud or you're doing insider trading or you're doing like stuff that's already illegal, that's pretty straightforward. It's obvious, like those things can't be tolerated, and that makes sense. We do not want to overregulate this industry. All we want to do is we want to give clear guidelines. We want to allow you guys to operate in this true decentralized economy and not take your rights away. And as a retail investor, you should be like, yeah, that's awesome. So start relying on yourself more to make better investment decisions for you, yourself, and your families. That's just my opinion. Now, let's get into the next one over here, okay? Bybit, the hacker, apparently launches 600 million worth of Ethereum funds, which sucks. It's just really sad to see. Also, Uniswap partners with Robinhood, MoonPay, and Transact to turn crypto into cash. That's awesome. The lawsuit against Robinhood was also dismissed, or the probe ended, which is another bullish thing. And then we're going to end on this one. Citigroup mistakenly credits customer account 81 trillion in near miss FT reports. So apparently, Citibank accidentally credited 81 trillion to a customer's account instead of $280 last year, and the error was not caught by 2 employees before the transaction was processed. A 3rd employee noticed the error 90 minutes later. The transaction was reversed several hours later. No funds left the bank, with no impact on the bank or the client. The reason why I'm bringing up that story is like, shout out to Mixing for bringing it. But again, you guys, like, that's $81 trillion, an $81 trillion mistake in traditional finance. And again, stories like this happen all the time, all the time. And the unfortunate thing about it is we don't find out about it until later. So can you imagine how many times accounts, like money was transferred in accounts by mistake and then people actually went and spent it, etc.? Like, it's crazy. And this is a true story. So blockchain technology matters. But anyways, you guys, I know some of you are frustrated about the markets because numbers are going down and we're going to fill those gaps, etc. But literally at the end of the day, I'm so thankful that, we're here when we are, and that, things are eventually going to look up. Like right now, we're going through a bit of a tough time, but at the same time, things are gonna get better. And if let's say you made poor choices in investing, your portfolio's down, you're not liking the way things look, take a step back, reanalyze your portfolios, and do what works for you and your family. Come up with a better route. Come up with a system that works for you, and that might be not trading or not getting into meme coins, and it might be simply just dollar cost averaging, or deciding to just hold Bitcoin, or maybe just to hold XRP, or whatever that is. But just know, I don't want to keep saying that we're early, but at the same time, I think that this is a great time for the crypto markets. Like, we have a lot of things to look forward to in the near future with this pro-crypto administration. And again, this administration is not perfect with everything they do. I was really upset with the whole file thing yesterday. But at the end of the day, things are moving forward in crypto, and I'm very happy. Happy Friday. I've got a tax video for you guys coming around 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. PST, so make sure you guys have alerts set for that. And then I'll be live streaming tomorrow morning around 10 a.m. for you guys too. And if you see me at ETH Denver, come say hi. Bye, guys.